Okay, let's talk TikTok. I mean, it's huge, right? Over 1 billion active users. Just this constant flow of creative video.
It's incredible. And that algorithm, it just knows how to keep people scrolling.
Totally. And for brands, especially now in 2024 and looking ahead, that's a massive opportunity.
Huge potential, yeah.
Speaking of getting noticed, quick aside, if you're looking to give your own social media profiles a bit of a lift, maybe check out rapidboost.net. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, today, for this deep dive, we're really focusing hard on how to actually run successful ad campaigns on TikTok. We've gone through a lot of material to pull out the key stuff.
Exactly. So if you're trying to figure out TikTok ads or, tap into that massive audience, or even if you're just curious about why some campaigns blow up and others don't,
Then this is definitely for you. We're aiming to cut through the clutter.
straight to what works.
So the plan is we'll explore the whole TikTok ad landscape, talk about setting clear goals, making creative that actually gets attention,
How to work with creators, target the right people.
and, crucially, figure out if it's all actually working. Measuring success. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. First things first, you really need to understand the different ways you can advertise on TikTok. It's got quite a variety of ad formats.
Right, it's not just one thing. Our sources point out a few key types. First up, in-feed ads.
Yeah, those are the ones that slot right into your main For You feed as you scroll. People can skip them,
Sure.
but if the ad feels native, if it fits in, the engagement can be really high.
So they need to look like regular TikToks, kind of.
Pretty much. The successful ones often do. They use trending sounds, follow formats, feel authentic. It's less like a traditional ad, more like content.
Okay. Then there's top view ads.
Ah, Top View. That's the ad you see the moment you open the app. Prime real estate.
Can't miss it then.
Yeah.
Like a big digital billboard.
Exactly. Maximum visibility right off the bat. Great for grabbing attention immediately.
Makes sense. And then things get more interactive, right? Like branded hashtag challenges.
Oh, yeah. Those are huge. You create a challenge, a hashtag, and encourage users to make their own videos participating.
So the users are basically creating the buzz for you.
In a way, yes. It can lead to massive user-generated exposure if it catches on.
And branded effects, are those the filters and things?
Yep. Custom augmented reality filters, effects. It's a fun way for people to play around with your brand. Less direct selling, more interaction.
Cool. And one more Spark ads. You mentioned those earlier.
Spark ads are really interesting. They let you take existing organic content, maybe a post that did really well on your own channel, or even a great video from a creator talking about your product and put ad spend behind it.
Ah, so you amplify stuff that's already proven to resonate.
Exactly. It blends that authentic organic feel with the reach and targeting of a paid ad. Best of both worlds, often.
So it really sounds like you choose the format based on what you're trying to achieve. Awareness, engagement, sales. They all have different tools.
Precisely. And underpinning all of this is the TikTok algorithm, how content actually gets seen.
Right, the famous algorithm. It's not just about who you follow, is it?
Not at all, especially in the For You page. It's a recommendation engine. It looks at a whole bunch of signals.
Like what? What's it paying attention to?
Well, things like how you interact with videos, likes, comments, shares, how long you watch something. That's huge.
Okay, watch time matters a lot.
Definitely. Also, the video info itself, the captions, sounds, hashtags used, plus your own past behavior on the app, who you follow, what you tend to watch, and even basic stuff like your location, language, the type of device you're using.
It sounds quite complex, but what's interesting is that democratic idea that even smaller brands can get reach if the content is good.
That's a massive advantage of TikTok. Good content can theoretically find a big audience, regardless of follower count, but
There's always a but.
the flip side is you have to grab attention instantly, like
Yeah.
within seconds. Attention spans are super short.
Okay, hook 'em fast.
That's
Makes
good.
sense. So we know the landscape, the algorithm. How do we actually build a good campaign? The sources really hammer home the need for clear goals.
Absolutely. You can't just aim for going viral. That's not a strategy. You need objectives tied to actual business outcomes. TikTok groups them into 3 main buckets:
Which are?
awareness, consideration, and conversion.
Okay, awareness is just getting seen. Brand visibility.
Pretty much reach, impressions, getting your name out there. Consideration is the next step, getting people to, well, consider you.
So clicking a link, visiting a website.
Exactly. Or installing an app, watching more of your video content, things like that.
And conversion is the bottom line. Making a sale, getting a lead.
That's it, driving those direct actions. So, a mobile game developer might focus heavily on app installs under consideration.
Right. While maybe a direct-to-consumer brand wants purchases under conversion.
Precisely. The key is aligning your TikTok goal with your overall marketing funnel. Where does TikTok fit in the bigger picture?
Okay, got the goal. Now, how do we know if we're hitting it? KPIs, right? Key performance indicators.
Yeah. Those are the specific numbers you track. For awareness, you're looking at impressions, reach.
How many saw it?
Exactly. For consideration, maybe click-through rate, CTR, video completion rate, how much of the video people watched. And for conversion, obviously conversion rate, cost per action, CPA, how much did it cost to get that sale or lead?
The materials also warned about vanity metrics? What's that about?
Yeah. Vanity metrics look good on paper, but don't really tell you much about business impact. Like, getting tons of video views might feel great.
Sure, who doesn't want views?
But if your goal is sales and those views aren't turning into buyers, then it's just vanity. You need to focus on the metrics that actually tie back to your real objective.
Okay, focus on what matters to the business goal. Makes sense. What about budgets? How does that work?
TikTok's pretty flexible. You can set a daily budget spend up to X amount per day or a lifetime budget for the whole campaign.
Okay.
And it uses an auction system. You can bid based on cost per thousand impressions, CPM, cost per click, CPC, or there's an optimized CPA, OCPA, where you tell TikTok your target cost per action, and it tries to hit that.
Any advice for starting out? Seems like you could spend a lot quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah, good point. It's usually smart to start with a test budget. See what kind of costs you're looking at. Get a feel for performance before you scale up.
Dip your toes in first.
Exactly. And for beginners, the automated bidding option can be really helpful. You set the goal, and TikTok's algorithm handles the bids to try and get you the best results.
Okay, could be a good starting point. So we've got the groundwork laid. Now for the fun part, the actual ads, the creative. The sources say you need to master the language of short-form video. What does that really mean?
It means understanding what makes people stop scrolling on TikTok. Remember those first few seconds? Crucial.
Hook 'em fast.
You got it. And it means ditching the super polished traditional ad feel. People on TikTok respond better to stuff that feels, well, more real.
So less like a TV commercial, more like something a friend would post.
Kind of, yeah. Authenticity and relatability are key. Think user-generated content, UGC style, maybe some behind-the-scenes stuff, things that aren't perfectly slick.
Okay, and storytelling still matters, even in like 15 seconds.
Absolutely. Mini stories, quick how-tos, jumping on a challenge, a cool reveal, it all works, and definitely leverage trends.
Using the popular sounds and effects.
Yes, that helps your ad blend in, feel native. Using trending audio, participating in relevant challenges, using TikTok's own editing features, it all helps massively.
The Glossier example was interesting, mirroring user routines, using trends, no hard sell.
Exactly. They integrate it into the feed rather than interrupting it. That's often the sweet spot. Provide value or entertainment first.
So, practical tips for the creative itself. What should it look like?
Definitely vertical video, 9.16 aspect ratio. Fill the whole phone screen. High resolution helps.
And length.
Keep it brief. 9 to 15 seconds is often ideal. You can go longer, maybe 20, 30 seconds for a deeper story, but short and punchy usually wins.
Right. Captions and calls to action.
Crucial. Compelling caption, clear CTA, tap to shop, learn more, try this filter, whatever makes sense. And showing real people helps build trust influencers, customers, even employees.
And like anything else, test, test, test.
Always. A/B test everything. Different hooks, different visuals, different CTAs. See what actually resonates with your audience. You don't know until you test.
Okay, that leads nicely into influencers. The material suggests creators are central to TikTok culture.
They really are. Creators have built trust and connection with their audiences. Working with them lends your brand instant credibility and relevance.
Like that ELF Cosmetics Challenge. Hashtag #IslipsFace. Billions of views.
A perfect example of leveraging creators effectively. Huge impact.
And this ties back to Spark ads again, doesn't it? How do they fit with influencers?
Perfectly. Spark ads let you take that awesome video a creator made featuring your product and put ad spend behind it.
So you boost their authentic content to a wider targeted audience.
Exactly. You get the creator's authenticity plus the scale and targeting of paid ads. You find a great organic post yours or creators you have permission from and amplify it. And it keeps all the original likes and comments, which adds social proof.
Nice. When choosing creators, it's not just about follower count though, is it?
Definitely not. You need alignment. Do their audience's interests and values match your brand? Look at their engagement rate, not just followers. What's their content style like? Check their past partnerships.
Are there tools to help find them?
Yeah, TikTok has its own creator marketplace, which is a good place to start for finding and vetting potential partners.
Okay, makes sense. So we've got great content, maybe working with creators.
Yeah.
Now getting it in front of the right eyeballs. Targeting.
And TikTok's targeting is pretty sophisticated. You've got the basics, age, gender, location, language.
Standard stuff.
Right. But then you can layer on interests based on content they engage with, like beauty, gaming, fitness, whatever,
Yeah.
and behavioral targeting.
What's that based on?
Things like their recent activity in the app, how they've interacted with ads before, even the type of creators they follow or videos they watch.
And custom audiences, too. What are those?
Super powerful. You can upload your own customer lists. You can retarget people who've visited your website or used your app that needs the TikTok pixel, which is essential.
Okay, the Pixel tracks website visitors.
Right. And you can build lookalike audiences. You give TikTok a seed audience, say, your best customers, and its AI finds other users on TikTok who look similar in terms of demographics and behavior.
Wow, so it helps you find new customers who are likely to be interested.
Exactly. It's great for expanding your reach efficiently. So retargeting warms up interested people. Lookalikes find new prospects.
So the strategy is know your customer, use these tools to find them, and then keep refining.
Constantly monitor your analytics, see which audiences are performing well, maybe start broadish, then narrow down based on data, and definitely exclude people who've already converted so you don't waste money showing them purchase ads again.
Right, optimization is key. Which brings us to analysis. How do we really know if it's working?
Measurement, measurement, measurement. TikTok Ads Manager gives you all the core data, impressions, clicks, engagement, conversions. You have to track that against your goals. And think beyond just TikTok. If people see your ad, then maybe search on Google later and buy. TikTok played a role. That's where things like multi-touch attribution or MTA come in, trying to understand the whole customer journey.
Okay, seeing the bigger picture. And the material stresses iteration test, learn, repeat.
That's the name of the game. Constantly A/B test your creatives, your audiences, even your placements in feed versus Spark versus TopView.
Keep tweaking based on data.
Daily is possible. Pause what's not working, put more budget behind the winners. Let the data guide your next creative iteration.
That apparel brand case study was a great example. Tested different creative angles, found UGC worked best.
And boom, CTR went up, CPM went down, sales increased massively, all because they tested, learned, and then acted on that data.
Okay, so let's try and boil this all down. If someone listening wants to run a successful TikTok campaign, what's the checklist?
All right, based on the sources, here's a solid 10-step approach. 1, get crystal clear on your campaign goal. Awareness, consideration, or conversion. 2, pick the right ad formats for that goal.
Okay.
3, do your homework, really understand your audience.
Crucial.
4, craft compelling creative. Strong hooks. Use trends. Think UGC style.
Make it feel native.
5, consider leveraging creators and Spark ads for that authentic reach.
Right?
6, set smart budgets. Test first. Maybe use automated bidding to start.
Don't break the bank learning.
7, use TikTok's advanced targeting options effectively.
Find the right people.
8, monitor daily. Track your KPIs, optimize, shift budget to winners.
Stay on top of it.
9, scale what works. More budget, refreshed creative, similar audiences.
Double down on success.
10, measure beyond just TikTok. Use the pixel. Think about attribution. See the whole picture.
That's a great summary. It really sounds like you need to be agile, ready to experiment.
Absolutely. TikTok moves fast. What works today might need tweaking tomorrow. You have to be willing to test and learn continuously.
So the big takeaway isn't just be on TikTok. It's understand its unique world, create content that fits naturally, target smartly, and optimize relentlessly using data. You can't just copy-paste your Facebook strategy.
Not at all. You really need to dive in, explore the different formats, try different creative angles, play with the targeting. Experimentation is key.
Definitely. Which leads to a final thought, maybe something for you listening to chew on. How is this whole shift towards short-form video, towards these powerful recommendation algorithms like TikTok's, how is that changing the fundamental way brands connect with people? And what are the bigger long-term ripple effects for digital marketing beyond just TikTok? What other big changes might be coming down the line that we haven't even thought of yet?
Good question. Definitely something to think about.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for tuning in to this deep dive.